What's up, everyone? Angel Ram back with a brand new video. You like the beanie? Um, I got it at Spencer. It's super cool. It's Bonnie. I'm getting I'm trying to collect a collection of the main four FNAF animatronics. I have a Freddy one too that I might wear in the different parts of this. So yeah, it's pretty cool. My hair is like kind of greasy. I'm gonna shower in a bit. But yeah, I don't really want to show. Like, look at this. It's all bad. And we're having some sideburns here, I guess. But anyways, welcome back to another video. I don't know if this is gonna be Talk Tuesday, depending on when it posts this. It's the 26th of December, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. If and Thanksgiving. I don't know if I did a video before or after. No, I did. I did do Thanksgiving. A video after Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Um, or holidays if we don't celebrate Christmas. But what are we doing today? If you haven't already seen the title, we are doing top five games of the year. So haven't done this before for a gaming channel. It's kind of strange, but I've had a lot of games this year. So you may be wondering, well, what are they? Because I know damn well you didn't post any videos on your channel this year. And you aren't right. We barely played any games this year, mostly because I kind of fell off doing videos. Um, School has been quite a little bit. It was stressful, especially this past few months, because finals like that in between middle of the year and in between the end of the year, a lot of work, and I just would do homework, do projects, and it would be like, yeah, really record a video. And I even made it like a short thing. Oh, I kind of don't want to do like longer things that I know I'm not going to be committed to doing frequently. But anyways, so what are we gonna? What's the deal? So for starters, I want to get some honorable mentions out the way because I did. So I'm mostly judging this off my review in Steam or game something in review. Steam does this thing where you basically it reviews your whole account, games you played all year, achievements. So I'm gonna base it off that because I don't play it on Xbox anymore. I basically play everything on the computer now. I'm a PC gamer, I guess. So I'm going to pull that up on the side and I'm going to show you, not stream it, basically just I have some notes off rip. So it says I played 25 new games this year, which is a lot more than I thought. I did. This is probably the year I played the most games in a while, and it's because this is my first year of having this computer, and it's been really, really nice to me. So I've been playing a lot of different games. So let me compose my. I already know the five, but let me just check all of them. Because I briefly mentioned one of them during I forgot what was it, the microphone video. Um, yeah. So let me look at this stuff. I played a lot of new games this year. So okay, so let's start with we'll do the top five, and then we'll I guess work our way up, and then before we number one, I'll give honorable mentions because I don't remember any on the top of my head. Number five of game of the year has to go to. I've composed my thoughts now, and I'm not a noob. Number five, Resident Evil 4. Now, I got Resident Evil 2. I think the beginning of the year. It was on sale, and I kind of wanted it. You guys seen this YouTuber play it, but he kind of modded it and stuff, and it looked kind of interesting. It was the OG RE2, the remake, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I got RE2, played RE2, had a blast with it. Then got into the rabbit hole. Then I got RE3, RE4. I'm currently playing RE1, which is a weird timeline. And then after I beat RE1, I'm going to RE0, which is again a weird timeline, and play RE5. So yeah. I love Resident Evil. So, but out of all of them, number five on this list has to go to RE4. Which might be a controversial opinion because RE4 is like a lot of people's, I guess, favorite game of all time. Because RE4 was one of the best games that came out during its time, from what I know. Like it's super good looking. I actually own original and read the remake. Because there was like this sale of getting RE5, 6, and 4, the OG RE4. And I already beat the remake, and I thought, oh, I'll just get it to own it. And yeah, I have not played the original RE4 yet. I'll probably play it someday, but I already beat the remake, and the remake was heck of fun. I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers, but just in case, this is a spoiler warning for all the games I'm gonna mention. RE4 is such a fun game. Um, the whole reason why I liked RE4 was because of kind of like it's basically like, wait, I'm trying to avoid spoilers. Basically, like RE4 basically feels like what would come after RE2, and because RE3 isn't about Leon, which is the main character of RE4 and 2, could be 2, but yeah, um, it was so fun. It was more action than what RE2 and 3 were, and 1, or RE1 through 3 are more kind of like puzzle solving and more like backtracking kind of thing. And basically finding all these things and kind of feeling satisfied. RE4 doesn't have as much, but it's also really fun for what it is. Like, it's a cool action game. There's a lot of cool action moments. I like the characters a lot in RE4. Leon had such a big development. I think he's still my favorite character in the series. Um, the plot twist that Ada's still alive, and kiss me spoilers, so Ada doesn't die in RE2. She's back in RE4, and yeah, that was huge. And like their relationship with Ada and Leon, because of what it was in RE2, which I'll talk about later. It was so cool. It was pretty cool. And it was kind of like the whole premise was way different than what typical RE stuff is, where it was zombies, and in RE4 it's more like um possessed people turning into monsters, which could be like kind of like zombies ish, but it was different. It was way different. Um, and they're not in America anymore, which RE2 and 3 were. They were in some village. Um, I don't know. It was some Spanish speaking village. So W representation, but I guess they're all evil, so I don't know. But anyways, yeah. The new characters, Luis is one of my probably another character I really liked. Too bad you know what happens to him. He was such a cool guy. Ashley's pretty cool. I didn't like her at first because I thought she was kind of annoying, but she kind of grew into me, and like, okay, she's actually pretty cool. And then the villains were pretty interesting. Probably better than any villains from one or two and three. I can't keep judging one because I'm not done with one. So yeah, RE4 is just really fun. It was really fun, really cool, beautiful game. The remake, um, it was so cool. Sorry, bit of a burp, but the mechanics in this game is also kind of different, but also the same as typical stuff. So like, uh, instead of the whole you have to look for guns all over the city kind of thing in 2 and 3, as a merchant, and you keep doing like side quests, you keep collecting money throughout the game instead of looking for things, you have to buy them, which could be a good thing and a bad thing. I kind of didn't like it at first because I like the whole oh, we'll have to find this piece in order to get it in the future. And then here you just buy it, or you don't have to buy it. So it's like cool. And there's like very less puzzle solving. There's a little bit, but not that much. So yeah, I think for my first attempt, I got a B rank, which was surprising because on 2 and 3, I got a C rank to start. Um, so yeah, that's probably it. RE4 number 5. It's a great game. Maybe if I played it first, it'd probably be higher, but I'll explain because another one is higher. Number 4. It's Schoolgirl Second Encore. So I played this game. It's a fighting game, which I haven't played it or talked about much on the channel, but it's a fighting game. I talked about it during the month of Evil series on the second channel, and it's a pretty fighting game. It's a 2D fighter. 2D could be 3 round team fighter, could not be depending on like how you want to do it. It's like a free ratio kind of thing. I I'm like fumbling my words here because I did make a whole video on this game and where I liked it in the second channel. So yeah, long story short, it's a really fun fighting game. The story is really cool. Very visually appealing. I like the vibe of it. Um, yeah. I can't really think of anything because I made a whole video talking about it, and I don't want to like say a bunch of repeating stuff, if for people who've already watched it. But yeah, School Rules number 4. If you want a detailed explanation why I think it's so good, you should watch that video. I might tag it or put it in like the card or something in the card. But yeah, uh, School Rules Second Encore. You want a video on explanation? I already did one. So yeah, number 3. Number 3. What is number? Oh right, this one's actually I should know because we played off the whole series on the channel. Hush Hush, Hush Hush. Only your love can save him. Hush Hush was obviously a great game. It was a great visual novel. Way different than Doki Doki because that was only two I played, and Hush Hush has more diversity. Um, way more options. It's more fun. Way more emotionally developed and emotionally. Uh, I don't know how to describe it. Like it captures your emotions more than Doki Doki, you could say. Depending on like, eh, I don't know. It was way more intense. It was just double up on what Doki Doki did. So it was a lot more fun dying and having to backtrack, having to redo days and dates. It was super fun. I love the story of it. Um, apparently, my friend was telling me that the ending I got was actually there's something else we can do in order to do like a secret ending or something, which I might do for the channel eventually, and I might check that out. But I don't know. We'll see. Depending if I get lazy or not. But yeah, Hush Hush is a great game. It's an amazing game. It's not that it's the only bad thing compared to Doki Doki and Hush Hush is that Hush Hush is not free. I think it's like $20, and actually they added DLC to it not too long ago. After we already beat the series, but still, I don't know if I'll do it. The character is a bit of an odd choice. They because the DLC is they basically added a character, and you replay the game, and that character you're talking to now. So in a way, it's kind of like a sixth chosen girl, but who they chose is not really someone I don't think I would be particularly interested in buying the DLC for. I I'll talk about that some other time, but yeah. Next, number two, yeah, two. Guild no. Okay, I forgot that this is gonna be a lot harder than I thought because number 2, number 1 are so like clashing. Okay, I think we'll put this one at number two because damn, this angle is not great of me. Um, Number two is Resident Evil 2. So a similar thing to what I was saying about RE4. This is the first one I played, so it might that might be a reason why it was so it's so high up. But Resident Evil 2 was an amazing game. Amazing. 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 Uh I thought I played a few horror games in the past before playing RE2, not just FNAF, but other ones. And they all felt a little generic to me personally. It's just zombies, just kill zombies, kill monsters, you kill things, leave, escape, that kind of thing. So going into RE2 was not really high because I was stalling to start it because RE2 just felt as if I felt it was going to be another generic horror game. I'm mostly talking about what's it called, Back for Blood. Back for Blood basically was like that, and I've seen other clips of like other horror zombie games, and they still kind of similar. A bit, I don't know. I haven't played every horror game, obviously, but ones I played, that's what it feels like. So going into RE2 was like, okay, well, this is not gonna be. Might not be as this. I might have not. I might. This might have been a bad purchase. But alas, I played RE2 with a fresh, basically no knowledge. Even though I did watch that YouTuber play, he played the OG, and compared to the OG and remix, actually quite different. So I watched it, or not watched it. I played it. I did Leon Route A, Claire Route A, Leon Route B, and Claire Route B. It was fun. It was super fun. It was so fun. Doing all this, like, the story was great, very unique. A cop going on his first day, and instead of working as an officer, he has to save the city. And he meets a girl who's looking for her brother, and happens to run into Leon, and then they split up, and each route has a different perspective. It's super cool. I really like the puzzle solving part of it. That's the whole reason why it's so high. It was so fun, so satisfying. Like, oh, that's where that goes. And I get that gun or get that piece of lore, get that attachment, get that, um, those kind of feelings. I didn't think it was gonna be that fun. Actually, it was so fun, and there was DLC free. Where you basically and the DLC was so fun too because the DLC was showing people who died in the mainline story, but it shows a reality where if what if it survived. So it's like you meet certain characters throughout the story that don't seem really that important, but when you do the story mode or the DLC, it shows what would have happened if they didn't die. It's actually very awesome. We'll say a lot of the DLC was harder than the whole game itself. Specifically, the Force Survivor and what was the other one? The Force Survivor and I forgot what the other one was. The very last one, not okay. I don't know what it's called. It's been a minute since I played. I think I beat it in like. Well, let me check. I still have the thing open. I started RE2 in October, so that's very funny. Very convenient that I played it in spooky season, and I carried over to November, which I played RE4. Okay, that's strange. I probably beat it in October, like late October, like literally probably Halloween. I remember playing RE2 on Halloween, but yeah. Anyways, it was so fun. RE2 was so fun. Very visually appealing. The story is very cool. The whole gimmick of having to go to different places. That's actually quite hard. Um, not like okay, there's like difficulties. There's like easy, medium, hard, and then like if you beat hard, no, no, it's wrong game, wrong game. If you beat hard in a different game, you get more. But that's actually RE4. If you beat RE4 normally or in hard, you get a different difficulty. But yeah, RE2 just great game, just a great game. Now I'm a fan of Resident Evil because of it. Because then I played RE3, and then 4, then 1. I actually own 5 and 6 and 0, and I'm gonna play them all. And then get 7 and get 8, but those are like more expensive. So I don't know if I can do that. Or I can, but I'll have to wait a bit to save some money. But yeah, RE2 banger. Bang. I think actually LSH Dallin, he kind of was the reason why I played because one day he asked me if I had played any of the Resident Evil games. I told him, "Oh yeah, I own RE2. I just haven't played it yet." I was like, "Had it, but just like, oh, I'll beat these other games first before I start RE2." But then he was telling me, "Oh, I've been playing these games," and he was streaming RE4 on Twitch, and I was like, "Okay, maybe I'll actually start RE2 on the next after the game I beat." Which I don't know which one it was I actually beat before. I think it was Security Breach. But yeah, so I started RE2 because of him. And then now I'm a big RE fan. I actually got the Leon figure I showed you in the microphone video. But yeah, anyways, that's long story short. RE2 goes at number 2. Probably will go my favorite games of all time, to be honest. RE2 is just that impactful to me. Now, what's number 1? Honorable mentions first because I forgot I was really about to say what it was, but it's like, wait, there's some stuff I need to talk about. RE3. RE3 is an honorable mention. I beat RE3 November, probably. Bit. No, I was already playing RE3. Like after my birthday, after Thanksgiving, I was yeah, probably like in between Thanksgiving and it's December starting, I beat RE3. And I gotta say, it's probably my least favorite out of all of them so far, even not even done with RE1, and I'm already enjoying RE1 a lot more than RE3. The thing is that I don't know anything about the original RE3 because this is the remake, but it was so strong. Like RE3 was so strong. Like it felt quicker, it felt more actiony. There was puzzle solving, but it wasn't the main thing. Like it had RE2 puzzling because the story is spoilers. It starts before Leon gets to Raccoon City in RE2, but by the end of it, you're leaving Raccoon City after RE2 ended. So it's like a prequel and a sequel to RE2, which is pretty cool. That's a really cool story. That's a really cool thing. And you play as Jill, which is the MC in RE1. And you go as Jill as a survivor, and now they send a monster after her to kill Jill. And I will say, before I start talking about the negatives, I really like Jill and Carlos, which are, I guess, like two MCs you could say, more than a lot of other characters in the RE series. Like, to be honest, I really don't like Ada. Like, she's cool. Like, yeah, she kind of has her moments of, like, oh, she's kind of cool. I just think she's kind of, like, not to say the B word, but, like, a lighter version of that. I don't think, like, every time she, like, was giving Leon crap in RE2 and then still being pretty vague in RE4. Speaking of which, I know RE4 has a DLC with Ada. I don't have it and I haven't played it. This might change after I play it, but I don't like Ada at the moment. She's I like a lot more female characters in RE2. I think probably Claire's probably the best. Claire or Jill. But yeah, anyways, I think Jill and Carlos are better than Ada, and mm, yeah, I was gonna say another character, but I don't really know who else who could have been. I just thought Jill and Carlos were really cool. My first item really was kind of like whatever about Carlos because it was like one of those kind of like people like hating on girls, and in a way it's kind of cringe. But like he's actually just kind of a cool guy. He's actually a really cool guy. Probably might be my second favorite guy character. Over maybe or maybe over him and Luis are kind of tied. Like them two, then Leon. Like there's so many cool characters in this series, and there's actually a lot of hateable characters in RE3, mostly from Umbrella people, which is surprising, And yeah, a lot of yeah, I will say it's way prettier than RE2 and maybe even 4 sometimes. Basically, I'm saying the presentations and basic stuff of RE3 is very cool, but I feel like the story was so rushed and so short. For comparison, it on record on my Steam, I have 37 hours on RE2. That's doing all 4 routes and like most of the DLC. I only didn't beat like one because it was extremely hard. I'm basically like 40 hours of like rounding, 37 to 40 hours in RE2 doing all this stuff. RE4, I have 23, 24 hours a day just doing one route. I'm going to play it again when I get the DLC, and I want to play another time again just for funsies and to get just like collectibles and stuff. Because RE4 was really fun, I would like to play it again. And RE1, I'm not done with it, and I have 10 hours in it. RE3, I have 10 hours, period. It took me 10 hours to do the game. Like, fully completed, because there's nothing else in the game to do. No DLC, no. Well, there's stuff you can collect, like RE2, but, like, it doesn't. The story wasn't good enough to replay, I guess. There's no alternate endings, there's no different routes, there's only one playthrough. Or the RE4, you have 4 different scenarios. RE4 has one, but this thing is so long and so fun and so cool. RE3 just feel like kind of missed out on content and story. I feel a bit fast. I don't know if it's better than the original because I haven't played the original. But yeah, RE3 was just it was fun, but a bit needed more, to be honest. A little disappointing. A little disappointing. And second runner up, I guess. Could say security breach. The main reason why I didn't finish security breach on the channel is because I feel like going forward, I kind of want to stop doing dead games. Because at first I was a gimmick of the channel, like, okay, we're playing all these dead games in like an irrelevant year now. We were playing Power Zombies 1 in 2021 when we first started this channel. And we were also playing Doki Doki, Baldi, FNAF 1, 2, 3, Hello Neighbor. I'm reading literally the list. Custom Night, Undertale, and Tattletale, which were long expired, and we were playing them like in the 2020s. So I want to start doing, I guess, more relevant games. Main reason being because I've already seen these games inside and out. I've seen Doki Doki a million times, seen Baldi a million times, FNAF, all those. So I want to start doing, if I start doing story-based games again, to games I have no knowledge of, which is why I kind of regret not actually recording RE2 because or any of them because I had no experience. It would have been the first time for you, for me, and it would have been really cool. But alas, I didn't do it. I have like two, maybe in two, three in mind that I want to do on the channel. story based. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, anyways, back to what I was saying. Security breach. I that's why I beat it. It was I still really like Security Breach. But I knew what was kind of was coming. I put the Ruin DLC, which yeah, it's just like damn. I already knew what was gonna happen. That's why I kind of like stopped. Like, okay, no need to keep faking it anymore. I'm pretty sure they're aware that I've already seen this. So yeah, Security Breach probably goes there. Let me go. Let me see. What else did we beat this year? Where did I beat on the side? I don't know if the Sonic the Hedgehog game was this year, but if it was, then that's probably definitely a runner-up as well. That was actually a very funny, fun game. Obviously, the Colonel Sanders game is very stupid, but it was still kind of cool, I guess. Like the funny little game it was. You could literally be in an episode if I didn't suck at reading so slow. But yeah, now let's get into number one because I keep stalling. And it should be obvious because I haven't literally wearing the shirt from it. Guilty Gear Strive. Who would have thought? Who would have thought the game was 75 hours on my Steam record, 32 out of 39 achievements, wearing a shirt from it, bought an arcade stick because I want to be good at fighting games competitively, and one of the ones I first used it on was Guilty Gear Strive, which first off, this is it. I've been playing a lot of Strive and KOF 15. Which speaking of which, KOF 15, I'm actually going to do a video on. I feel like I got the DLC for it finally. But yeah, anyways, it's Guilty Gear Strive. I've had so much fun with this game. I literally made a video about it when it dropped. Not when no, when it dropped. When I what am I saying? It dropped like 3 years ago, but I made a video about it when I first started loving it. It was like months ago. Like literally in my Steam timeline of the year, it was like highest in like multiple months over other games. And it was Guilty Gear Strive is so fun. Um, I like yeah, it has some aspects I even like more than KOF and Street Fighter. I made a whole video on this, two videos on Strive. Yeah, two. One on the second channel, one on this channel. Why I like Strive so much, and it basically stands. I love Strive. It's such a fun game. What a great 2D fighter. There's some nitpicks that I will say, but well, I already said them. But yeah, Guilty Gear Strive is my number one. It was so hard to put it over RE2 because RE2 is also really great. Kind of opened my eyes. They both opened my eyes in two different ways. RE2 opened my eyes in the sense where, wow, there's actually I can be a normal person and play like normal games like everybody else has played. Because I only play like games that are either dead or like very niche. And I horror games aren't really my thing besides FNAF. And I didn't really have a specific genre of what I was into, you could say. But after that, playing Resident Evil was so fun. I would be down to play other horror games now. And I found a series that I like that I would love to see more of. And it's been really fun with our Resident Evil. So it kind of opened the door into the horror genre, Capcom games, I guess. Because Resident Evil people made Street Fighter, Mega Man, Devil May Cry, all those. And they're actually, I think, characters in Ultimate Marvel 3 from Resident Evil, which I will play on my own time. Um, and then Guilty Gear opened the door because, like, this year was like a huge thing for fighting games for me. I played a lot of them because of Guilty Gear. Because I only was really into KOF and Street Fighter and Smash. Which, really, literally like one of each, like Street Fighter 4, KO 15, Smash Ultimate. But then after getting into Strive, like, oh, there's actually cool other 2D fighters. because then after that I got into digging. I got after Guilty Gear I got into like other fighting games. Skullgirls, obviously, number four. Then Tekken, Soul Calibur, Ultimate Marvel 3, Melty Blood. Well, I just got those, so I'm gonna probably check them out soon. And all these different fighting games. Made a whole channel which I'm gonna be playing fighting games. Like, if it weren't for Strive, it probably would not happen. So yeah, it's just Guilty Gear is such a fun game, and it did kind of wonders for me. I was on this game religiously for months since April. I think I got it since April. I think so. And yeah, so overall, number five, Resident Evil 4. Number four, School Rules Second Encore. Number three, Hush Hush, Only Your Love Can Save 'Em. Number two, Resident Evil 2. And number one, Guilty Gear Strive. And that is my top five games of 2024. If you guys enjoyed this video, like and sub. I am going to do top 10 animes. I'm actually watching two. Well, I'm watching one, and I have the next one planned to meet the 10 quota. Because I was like, okay, I'm already this close. Let's just watch like two short ones. And by golly, these I I can't speak because I want to talk about them already, but I want to finish it, obviously, and watch the other one. Yeah, I'll talk about that on a whole other video because I'm gonna go finish watching them. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy this stupid rant, I felt kind of slow. Like I feel like I would look sleepy and drained or high or something. Like I don't know why I started to look. I was really fine before I started recording. And yeah, I don't know what. But yeah, that's it. See you.